I broke my front tooth eating bread in Guatemala and had to get it fixed by a dentist in Guatemala, so let me tell you how that happened. For instance, this was my front tooth. Also, the same cute matching set I was wearing in that picture I'm wearing right now too, so this is very fitting. But back to how I broke my tooth. So about a week ago, I was in Guatemala teaching kids English, but it was the weekend, so on weekends we don't have to teach. So my mom, sister, and little brother came in town to see me that weekend, and we went to the lake that's in Guatemala that's gorgeous. Well, our first day there, we fell in love with this restaurant that was absolutely delicious, so we went back about 3 times. Well, on our 3rd time there, I had got pasta and it came with like a slice of sourdough bread. And one thing about me is I love bread. I'll always eat the bread if it's on the plate. Well, then I go to take another bite of the bread, and after I swallow it, I'm like, my front tooth feels kind of weird. So I pull out my phone and I look at my camera, and a big chunk out of my front tooth was gone from biting into the bread. And this is also not my first time I've broken that tooth, so it was like my composite bonding had popped off my tooth. So I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? So I start freaking out a little bit just because I was gonna be in Guatemala for like another week and a half, and I was like, I really don't want to walk around like this, and my job is videoing myself, and like it's just like I feel like it's not a confident booster breaking your tooth for anyone. So then my mom's like, why don't you just get it fixed in Guatemala, because I was born in Mexico and my mom lived there for 10 years. My mom's like, it can't be much different than when we would go to like dentists in Mexico and stuff. So I'm looking up a bunch of dentists. I find one, and finally I get my tooth fixed in Guatemala, and now it looks pretty good. I would say you can't really tell it was ever broke, so that's kind of the point. But if you want another story time on how getting it fixed went, I will do a video on that. But yeah, that's my story time. Bye.